Hello, my name is Maggie Kipley, and I will be graduating at the end of this semester. This is my Tell Your Story video. As I complete my education at Boise State University, I feel I've grown a lot as a person and a student. When I first started my education at Boise State, I was leaving for my first deployment as well. This was a very stressful time for me in my life. There were a lot of unknowns in my personal life as well as my student life. This wasn't the first time I had been in college, though. I went to college for 3 years right after graduating from high school. At this time, I didn't know what I wanted to do as my degree, and so I just changed my major constantly. I finally decided I was going to take a break from school and join the Army Reserves. My job in the Army was my backup plan originally. I ended up liking what I was doing in the Army and got a job as a civilian doing the same thing. This job has turned into a career now that I have 189 college credits with no degree. I decided it was time to go back to school and complete my degree. This was also the same time I was being deployed. Going to school on a deployment was very challenging. I didn't have much free time, so when I did, it was all taken up by schoolwork. This was good and bad in many ways. It was good because it always kept me busy. I didn't have time to think about home because I was always doing schoolwork, working, or working out. This was also challenging because I rarely got time to relax and decompress, which is something you need to do on a deployment. There wasn't any real big aha moment for me throughout my schooling. I did learn that I could stay more focused than I thought and get a lot more done. My time management skills have gotten better as well. I had very little interaction with my instructors or counselors. I had a few video chats with my counselors when I was deployed, which was very challenging due to the poor internet connection and the time difference between us. Those conversations were just about my classes and what I needed to take in the future. There wasn't really any in-depth conversation about how my schooling was going or anything like that. I don't really have a strong transformational moment that occurred during my education at Boise State. I learned that I could complete a lot more when I am busy. I am able to keep myself motivated to complete a task at hand. These are something that I thought I already had, but I guess they were amplified by the fact that I was in school and so busy with work. I learned I can complete a lot of things when I'm busy and can keep myself motivated regardless of what's going on around me. I learned this by going back to school and working full time. For half of the time I was at Boise State, I was deployed, which was taking up even more of my time than my typical civilian job does. I feel I am someone who can teach themselves. I am able to motivate myself enough to learn when something interests me. I am able to stay focused to complete a task at hand. This is important because this translates into many aspects of my life, personal, career, and hobbies. I've learned the impacts of communication. This is something I already knew, but I guess it was amplified going back to school and really drove that idea home for me. Due to my situation, I communicated a lot through email with my classmates, instructors, and counselors. When communicating through email, you must maintain a professionalism and be clear and concise, which is something that it's a different form of communication than it would be with face-to-face. I will use my abilities to teach myself every day in my life. I've constantly learned because of my job. I work on medical equipment, so things are constantly changing and upgrading. The technology used is always evolving and changing. As far as communication goes, I will use it in my learning every day. I have to communicate with coworkers, customers, and other personnel every day via email for my job. Having this practice with schooling helped me to feel more comfortable. My dream is to be the director of service for my region for GE Healthcare. With the life with the Life Care Solutions modality. My region right now is Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska, North and South Dakota. I feel I have the leadership skills needed to be able to learn to lead this large group of people. I feel I can inspire people to work hard and succeed. Within my current job, you're basically are running your own business. You must manage your business and keep your customers happy and wanting to use you for their service. I feel I would be able to give my employees advice as to how to be able to run a successful business when I obtain the director of service position. My experience with the military will help me as well to be able to deal with the adverse events and bring people together from different backgrounds to work together for a common goal. Thank you for listening.